Hey everyone, Coach Greg here. Welcome to Living Empowered. Hey, today's show is a little bit different. Today we're talking about being empowered through self-motivation. Now, I've heard people say self-motivation doesn't exist. You can't motivate yourself. I've seen seminars and discussions at how, yeah, you can self-motivate and how it works and why it works. There's a lot of different pieces to it. So I'm going to share with you just some thoughts on this, some ways to help you. Maybe you're just tired and worn out. Maybe you're like, you need to get something done. You're like, I just don't really feel like it. Maybe it's about time to change your career. Maybe you want to start a new business. Maybe you need to make more money. Maybe you need to do something with your kids. Maybe it's a relationship change. Any of those things could be a cause for motivation. But what is it that causes you to be motivated, not be motivated? Let's talk about the not be motivated things. A lot of times you're not motivated without a lack of urgency. I've seen that a lot. People are like, well, I'll get to that later, which is ultimately what we know as procrastination. If it's not an immediate need or an immediate want or a strong enough want, then it gets pushed back. Think about kids and homework. Maybe you've been back to school. I went back to school not too long ago, and I'm still a little bit the same way. I'm like, oh, okay, I got home. I did my thing. I'm not a come home and start the homework kind of guy right away. I'm like, oh, wait a day. How many days do I have? I plan, I work it out. I'm like, okay, as it gets closer, now I'm motivated to get it done because I know I need to. So now I have a little bit of a sense of urgency. That's one key to why you would be motivated. So lack of urgency is why you wouldn't be. Sense of urgency is why you would be. Think about your kids in the homework. You find out they have homework all of a sudden that night. All of a sudden they scramble and they could be laser focused. Maybe it spins them out because now you're like, oh my God, now you're in panic mode instead of motivation mode. There's two different ways to approach that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But a lot of times, so motivation could be fatigue. Maybe you're just too tired. Like you're like, look, I know I need here. Let's just go to working out. I know I need to work out. I got to drop some pounds. My pants don't fit anymore. Maybe you're not that motivated to do it. There's no driving force. There's no driving factor that in your head or in your heart that says, yeah, I need to do this now. I need to flip that switch. What is it? So that comes back to what we talk about a lot in the fitness world is your why. I hear all the time, well, I need to lose weight. Why? Again, well, you know what? I don't feel good. Okay, but why? And then we start digging and digging and digging until we can uncover an emotional motivation. Most of motivation is encouraged by emotions. It's how you feel about something, how badly you want something. What's going to be the prize at the end of this? A lot of things are just driven by that. What do you get at the end? So you work harder, you work more hours, you change job. What's going to be your prize at the end of that? Hopefully you make more money. Making more money then leads to the next thing. What's that? Oh, now I can go on family vacation. I can get out of debt. I can get a new car. I can buy something for my kids or my spouse or whatever it happens to be. But there's always a start to that motivation. And there's usually pieces to it that if you sit down and start thinking through it, one of the best things that I've found to do is just kind of sit down and go, okay, I'm not feeling motivated for something. Being a solopreneur, I have lots of jobs, lots of hats to wear. Sometimes I think, I don't feel like doing this today. And then I think, wait a minute, if I don't do this today, then what happens? Then what? Then my promo doesn't go out. I don't keep my sales opportunities going, or I've got information to get to my customers, my clients to help them out. So I'm not helping them out. I'm not growing the business. There's a lot of things. If I sit down for 5 minutes and go, okay, I'm not feeling motivated, but if I am motivated, what happens? Here's the things that don't happen. Here's the things that do happen. A lot of times that gets in your head. You can stop and think, close your eyes and feel that. What's that feel like if it doesn't happen? Sit down and feel it. What's it feel like if it does happen? It's like, okay, same thing. Sit down, close your eyes and say, imagine yourself. I'm not feeling motivated to get this done, but if I got it done, what's it going to feel like? What's it going to look like? Tomorrow, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now. What is the motivation for getting that done? And how far does that trickle out? A lot of people don't look further out than just, get a task finished now, but there could be a lot more to it. A lot of times, okay, so then we talked about fatigue. We talk about your why, get into your emotional why. I've talked about this before on other shows, but really that's our driving as human beings. That's why we do things. What's the reason behind we're doing something? Usually it's some sort of benefit, or it's a fear of something. You're either afraid of something, you do it out of fear, or you do it out of benefit, right? So you go to a classroom, so you're sitting in class, you did your assignment. How many people did assignments because they had to and they were afraid of failing? You're just surely afraid of failing. How many people did your assignments for the benefit of getting an amazing grade? So there's two different ways to look at that same motivation, but either way, you had to go to class. You had to do the work. You had to do the homework. You do good on tests. Same with going to your job. You go to job, you're on time for your job because why? Because you get a better raise. You get to keep your job if you're on time. You do a good job. Those things can be fear driven. Like, okay, if I lose my job, then what happens to my family? Or I can't make my car payment, or something horrible happens. So there's the negative side of the motivation. There's the positive side. Hey, I go to my job. I'm going to do a great job. I'm going to help people. I'm going to feel good about doing it. I'm going to earn a great paycheck. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a better place. I have a greater opportunity to grow, to learn, to advance. All of those things are possibilities of having a positive mindset with your motivation. So being self-motivated, if you just sit and write these things down, what's the negatives if you don't do something? What's the positives of which you do something? Kind of iron those out. Look at both of them, and then start thinking to yourself. Think and feel. So feel, like I said, go back to feeling what it feels like if you don't do it. And then the repercussions that go with that. Think all the way through it. Don't just think of the one like, oh, I'm just late. What does late then cause? It causes this. It's a cause and effect. And then it causes this, and it causes that. It could be a trickle effect. Then go the other side. Go positivity and say, okay, how do I feel if I got this done? Hey, I feel good because I accomplished something. It's victorious. I always say count your victories. Be victorious for the things you do. Big, small, it doesn't matter. My business coaches tell me all the time, count the little victories. That's something I had to learn. I was always just looking at the big victories saying, oh, you know what? Or if I didn't get something done, I didn't get that done. But they're like, wait, you got all this other stuff done. That all counts. This is all victorious stuff. You can't just pick and choose. So appreciate those victories. Use those as further motivation for you. Okay, so I get this done. Boom, I feel good. Now I give energy to start being motivated to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. That motivation is like a positive circle. It just keeps going. And that's going to help you continue to grow, continue to keep moving. Here's a second piece of that. Being self-motivated isn't always about just you. A lot of times it takes a great mentor, a teacher, a parent, a good friend, somebody that's with you that can help inspire you. They can help push you. They can help direct you, keep you on path, on course to stay motivated. Like I said, I have business coaches, a life coach, business coach. I am those things and I have those things because I find every good coach has a coach. That's the best thing. But with those same coaches, those same people are the ones you go to that help redirect you. They say, hey, hopefully they're picking out your victories. You did this and this and this. They will course correct you. Hey, this didn't work out. That didn't work out, but positively push you back to where you need to go. It's like, hey, you got to know these numbers. You got to push to here. This is your goal. Don't let that goal go. Remember why you started your goal. Remember why you started doing what it is that you're doing, and then keep going. It's like, okay, you get that extra charge from somebody. That person pushes you forward, and you're like, okay. Sometimes it just takes that little push from an outside source to light your fire again. So being self-motivated isn't always about being it by yourself. I think that's kind of a misnomer. Sometimes people think, I'm just not that kind of person. Some people aren't. Some people are. Some people, you look at them, they're amazing, like, wow, how did they just keep doing this over and over and over? That's how they're wired. Okay, so don't compare yourself to somebody else unless you're comparing in the sense that, hey, I want to be like this person, so I'm going to learn from them so I can have these attributes that they have. I got a friend that just, when he wants to do something, he goes and he studies it, he learns it, he does whatever he needs to for his certifications, his licensing, and what have you, and then he jumps right in and he turns it to gold. Like, dang, how does he do that all the time? Part of it's just his mental attitude and his motivation. His motivation could be, just doing something bigger and better than he did before. It could be the money that goes with it. It could be building a great community for somebody. Whatever that motivation is, he goes and does the groundwork, keeps learning and learning and learning, and then he puts it into play. So motivation also comes from learning. So when we learn something, like how bad do you want something? Ask yourself that. How bad do you want it? And then why? Why do you want it? Not just how bad, but why? Why do you want it? And then learn. Do you have the skills and the things that you need, the skills, the tool, the people with you and around you to help make it happen? So again, self-motivation isn't always about self. Yes, you do need to keep yourself going, but having a team, having people around you, having those elements to help you push forward are that. So think I was think right on my team. I have a buddy that's an advisor. I will go to him all the time. Spot check me to make sure I'm, and then we'll make sure, and then we'll push forward with it. He'll say, make sure you're doing this, 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 and this to keep going where you're going. And he'll make sure that happens. So I have him for that. I have other people that I don't share with. I don't look to them for motivation. I don't look in my world. They're not bad. That same mindset that can help you, coaching type of mindset, then that's not going to help. You got to stay purely, oh, you're doing so fine. It's going to be okay. You're all good. That's great. But not a person, a negative force. Don't go that way, because that person's going to just want to bring you down. But it's not about you. Remember, the negative people in your world, it's not about you. It's about them. It's where are they in life that their opinion comes from. So my people that I hang out with are all wealthier than me, more successful than me, better business people than me. They're all people that I learn from. I don't have envy being around them. I'm like, how can I be like you in a positive way? What can I learn from you that you've done or that you've not done that helps me? And that's a motivation too. So to be self-motivated, you need to have coaches and people around you. You need to understand your own personal why. Why is it important to you? And then figure out what your drivers are. So if you do something, what's the effect? If you don't do something, what's the effect? Especially if you're stuck. Sometimes we just have days where we're stuck. Like sometimes you get the day like, oh my gosh, I just can't move. I just want to sit on the couch and watch TV. Okay, let's do a self-check real quick. Just take 5 minutes. Really take 5 minutes. Fight the urge to sit on the couch and do nothing. And take 5 minutes to say, okay, here's where I am today. Here's where I need to be today. So write it down, figure it out. If you need to call somebody, make the phone call. Call your friend, call your supporter, call your coach. Shoot, call me. My number's all over this. I'm easy to get a hold of. Call me. Say, hey, coach, I was watching your show on the motivation. I need some help. I need to be motivated. How do I be self-motivated? Let me help you spark yourself to be motivated. Again, it's not all you intrinsically making it happen. It's you continuing to happen with the people around you that can help you be successful. So in that respect, that's what I want you to do. So, and this, I hope you took something away from this today. So self-motivation isn't just about you. It's about you and all the people around you that help you be successful. It's about your reasoning, your emotional piece. Why do you want something? Whether it's financial growth, whether it's a relationship difference, whether it's educational. Why do you want it? And is it achievable for you? What do you need to do to go get it? It's not going to be easy. Life is not easy. Keep knocking you down. You have to keep getting up. There's a million sayings about, it's not how many times you get knocked down. It's how many times you stand back up. The Rocky movies are that. He gives his son a speech. He doesn't care how hard life is. It's going to knock you down over and over. It's what you do to get back up and keep fighting. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but that's the point, though. You're going to get knocked down. So part of motivation is getting back up and fight. No, let's go get it again. Get back up today. Use your friends to get back up. Use your coaches to get back up. just get back up and keep pushing forward. So on that note, I'm going to leave you and take that. Let me know what you think of that, and let me know how you self-motivate. Is it books? Is it a church? Is it your friends? Is it a coach? Let me know what works for you. Let's share out with everybody. I love the comments. I love the emails. So keep those coming. I want you to keep living empowered. So hopefully you took something away from this today, and keep living empowered. And we will see you on the next show. And we'll be right back. Hey everybody, okay, here we go. My grill is good and hot. Again, we made this super convenient, super quick. All these ingredients are pre-prepped for you at the grocery store, so it's super simple. We got some chicken cutlets that we're gonna throw on first. Let's just dump these on and get them started. Like I said, my grill is good and warm and ready to roll. So these do not take very long to grill because again, we got the cutlets, not the large chicken breasts. So I'm gonna get those on there. Grab that over there. Get these started, spread them out a little bit. This is, like I said, this is going to be pretty quick. I like to do just a little bit of pre-seasoning on them also. Even though we're going to put a little teriyaki on them, I'm going to pre-season them. I got this, what's going to go really good with is a little bit of a rub. Again, I like to put the rub in my hand first. That way I know how much is coming out, how much I'm putting on. Because when you, whoa, see right there, I would have dumped it all over. If we're doing a little sprinkle this way, we know what we're controlling. We know how much is going on. It does make my hand messy. However, there we go. A little pre-rub. This is a nice little honey hog barbecue. A lot of times we use this for some clean pork chops, something of that nature. These things are already turning white around the edges. Now, you can do this if you like beef. You can go beef burgers. We're keeping chicken. I like chicken and processes the meats in the clean order for processing. A little protein tip for you today. Lean turkey, obviously some white fishes, turkey, chicken, and then you get to the lean beef and the lean pork. But you got to go to the lean side to keep it more healthy. I like the chicken. It's easier to process. It's a tasty sandwich too. This is kind of like a Hawaiian style sandwich. We're going to grill a bunch of stuff to go on it. It's going to be great and tasty. So we are already moving with these things. I'm going to hit them with just a little bit of sauce right from the get-go. They're going to cook in that sauce. It might even give them a little bit. You can probably hear this in the recording. It's going to give them a little bit of a crispy edge as well, because these are not previously seasoned. There we go. A little charcoal on there. Perfecto. These are going to be quick. So we're going to grill the chicken. Again, most of the time you think, oh, grilling takes a long time. Not like this. You get that grill good and warm. You use the smaller pieces of meat, and it's a matter of minutes, and you are good to go. So while we're doing that, we're going to make sure the rest of our things are ready to go. Now, again, the pineapple part, I was going to get a big pineapple and slice it and cut it and core it and all that. But since we're talking about time and convenience, I went to the grocery store, and they sell previously pre-cut, pre-ringed pineapple. They did the work for you. It's not horribly expensive. And when you go time value of money, it's way easier to do this. Again, just easy assembly. And the chicken is on its way. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to start the pineapples. I'm going to turn this down a little bit for the pineapple. Keep them more on a little bit of a cooler. We're going to grill them, but I don't want them that hot yet. So I'm going to lay down a tiny bit of sauce. Ooh, that's going to go fast. We're going to lay these pineapple rings right in it. Oh, yeah. We're going to heat these up on kind of a low heat. I'm going to keep these over here to the side by themselves. Now, you just want them a little bit grilled. You don't want them soggy, so don't leave them on too long. Keep an eye on those. The chicken's going to take a little bit longer. Chicken is doing its thing. Awesome. Now, this is something that we're going to make sandwiches today.
If you're not a bread eater, you're cutting carbs, you're cutting gluten, you can go with a keto style bun. They make those down at the grocery store, easy to find. Go with a keto bun. You can go bunless and go lettuce wrap on this. You can make the salad out of this. You can take these ingredients and purpose them how you like them. I was thinking, hey, I'll just eat it this way. My house is like, no, we want sandwiches. So we're going, sorry, that's a little hot out here. So we're going sandwiches because they wanted sandwiches. Oh, nice grill on that pineapple. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's going to be tasty. Ooh, that looks burned, but it's not. It's the teriyaki crisp on it. I'm going to do a little bit of ring in the middle of each one of those, just a little squirt. Just keep in mind, teriyaki sauce is pretty sugary, so try to use it sparingly, just more for flavor. Oh, that is going to be so good. I can't wait. That is going to be tasty. Our chicken is coming along nicely. I'm going to flip it one more time. Give it a little bit more of a little tiny teriyaki squirt again. And these are already almost done. This is a really quick segment today because really, again, we're all about quick and convenient, right? Getting it done quickly for you and your family. Economically as well, this is not horribly expensive. The cutlass fees, you can get them at the grocery store, Trader Joe's, anywhere like that works for you. Wherever you shop, you will find these. If you need to and you don't find the cutlass, just take a chicken breast and cut it in slices. That's just one more step. Not a big deal, really. Just takes a minute or two to get it done. Again, the pineapple, like I said, I like it done a little al dente, so it's got a little bit of firmness to it still. These are pretty solid rings. So these are going to be warm, cooked through, but not, like I said, not mushy. Mushy pineapple is horrible. Mushy vegetables are horrible. Your vegetables should all be al dente. That means it's got a little bit of crisp to it. Here's a fun story. I went to Nashville once. Nothing against Nashville. I love Nashville. I met some people from the South there. We were food and green beans. I got some green beans, and I picked my green bean up and went, boom. Like, what happened to the green beans? The guy's like, what's wrong? That's perfect. And I said, perfect? How do they cook these things? And he said, well, they put them in a big bucket of lard, and then they cook them. I'm like, oh, gross. It's no longer a vegetable at that point because you just put lard and stuff all over it. Ew. So I get it. Different people cook differently. I like mine with a little bit of seasoning, no lard. Keep the lard and the fat out. And again, crispy. Crispy is how those things really should be cooked. That is the best tasting that way. These bad boys are done. Oh, man. Oh, they're falling apart, too. These are perfect. Oh, these look amazing. Good. Let's switch out here. I'm going to switch out, go spatula, scoop. Oh, yeah, that's going to be good. Oh, nice and sticky on there. Come on, come on. There we go. There we go. Oh, yes, indeed. Those are going to be awesome. Okay, since we're going to keep the theme here, I'm going to go ahead and grill the onions as well. Why not? Some of you may like raw onions, grilled onions, don't know. I'm going to grill a little bit. They're in the teriyaki. I'm going to do a little bit of white onion, a little bit of red onion. Again, it's just personal preference. Woo, this grill is warm. Warm day, warm grill. We got this going on today. All right, what I'm going to do too, I did not bring any oil. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of sauce on these, just a little bit, not too much. Now, since we're putting sauce on everything, you really won't need much of anything for your sandwich. If you want to put something on it, you can. Certainly not required. And remember, be careful what you're putting on your sandwiches. A lot of times everything's sugar-based. If it is sugar-based, you're just adding more sugar to your sandwich. So you could be missing the bun, skipping the bun, but adding other sugars elsewhere. So be careful of that. And if you don't care, you just love teriyaki, then go ahead and soup it up. All right, this chicken is looking amazing. I'm going to cut this, see where we're at. Oh, that looks good. You want to go just, I don't like mine overly done and chewy. Oh, no, that is nice and white inside. I'm going to turn those all the way down. All right, put that grill all the way down. These are just going to basically just stay warm and simmer right here. That is good. Those are not burnt again. That is the teriyaki crisp on the outside of that from our little teriyaki bath that they had. Oh, that is going to be all caramelized sauce. It's the best. So if you're making barbecues, other things, the caramelized sauce is money. All right, here we go. Onions are almost done. Again, a little bit saucy. This whole thing's a little bit saucy. Not sassy, saucy. It's all good. There we go. Big pile of onions. Those are almost done. Chicken is looking ready. I got just a bunch of plates sitting here. I'm going to pull the chicken right now. Those are done. Let that cool for a minute. Whoop. Let me get the right tool for the job here. I learned when I was younger, get the right tool for the job that makes everything easier. There we go. That way it avoids dropping them on the floor. My dog is no longer with us. Otherwise, he would appreciate the chicken on the floor. There we go. Chicken is done. Pineapple is done. Onions are almost done. Look at how fast this meal's going. We are inside of about 12 minutes right here, and we are almost ready to go. That is how fast this goes. I did very little prep work. I just opened packages, had them ready, sitting next to me to go. That was it. So a quick trip to the grocery store. Onions are looking good. Same with the onions. Try not to overcook them. They get soggy as well. And again, personally, I like a little bit of crisp and everything, so I do not want soggy onions. All right, I'm going to put them on here with a pineapple plate. All right. There we go. Oops. They are falling off. There we go. Excellent. All right. All the veggies are looking good. We're almost done with those. Grab the scraper real quick because this is getting sticky and messy. Oh, yeah. Look at all that. Sorry if that's loud in your microphone, but necessary for the moment because we're going to go for toasted buns. Who doesn't like the toasted buns, huh? Gotta have toasted buns on a sandwich like this. I'm not going to fully clean the grill. I'm going to leave a little bit of this here, just like adding a little bit of extra flavor. The con amore, as my uncle says, put a little bit extra. I'm not buttering these or anything. I'm just going to go dry just for a little toast. Again, every time we add butter and oil and such, we're adding A, more calories, and B, more fats. If you're using an olive oil or a cleaner, better fat, that's okay. But you don't want to add a bunch of junky, not a bunch of corn oil and things like that. Not so good. So as soon as these buns are ready to roll, now now from here, it becomes personal preference. I've been in restaurants that will serve a sandwich like this. Sometimes they put avocado on it. Good fats. Sometimes they'll put a guacamole spread on it. Also good fats. You can eat it just as it is. If you're a cheese person, maybe add a slice of like a pepper jack cheese or a white cheese on this would be really, really good. The white cheese will complement with the pineapple and the onions. Toast down the onion a little bit. Again, like I said, you can lettuce wrap this thing. We got a bunch of lettuce sitting here. Or you just put the lettuce on your sandwich. We're going to build a sandwich in just a second here. I'm going to shut these down. Don't forget to turn your gas off. We're going to shut these down, and we're going to build us a sandwich right here on the grill. All right, here we go. I'm just going to flip this one over. Oh, perfectly, just lightly toasty. I'm going to start. See, you can see what we're doing here. We're going to start with just a little bit of onion. Actually, there we go. Again, the tool in the job. Let's do this. Onions down. Oh, yeah, all over the place. Pineapple. Oh, that's falling apart. That is going to be perfect. That's a nice thick slice of pineapple too. Hopefully you can see all of that. This is going to be a majorly tall, delicious sandwich. Now, we're going to go chicken. I'm going to put 2 of these cutlets on here. Like I said, they're small. They're perfect size for the sandwich. Look at that. Oh, this is shaping up nice. So we got chicken. We got pineapple. Oh, it's going to be tasty. If you're a lettuce person, go with the lettuce. Remember, go for the dark greens. Again, I bought this stuff at the grocery store too, so I didn't have a ton of leftovers. I'm going to have enough for a handful of sandwiches for whoever's eating, and then we're good to go. That way I don't have a bunch of wasted lettuce or anything either. So again, add the vegetables. That's a lot of crunchy. Wow, this thing is looking good. If you're a tomato person, go ahead and put the tomatoes on. You can grill your tomato a little bit. Just lay it on there, heat it up, and grill it. I'm going to grill that one and put it on. I'm not a tomato guy, and I'm going to take a bite of this. So I'm going to leave the tomato off, but that is certainly up to you. Tomatoes, if you're a spicy person, throw some jalapenos on here. Anything that makes your food taste better without a bunch of extra calories is a good thing to go. I was thinking jalapenos inside my house. Like, ooh, no, that doesn't go. It does to me. Just a little bit of avocado spread to make this thing a little creamy. It's going to be delicious. So that is done. We pulled it all perfectly toasted. Look at that. And we didn't need any butter. No butter, no oil. That is just perfectly toasted. I'm going to pull this one off so we don't burn it. So that'll be our second sandwich. Just set it over here. All right, see what we've got here. So check this out. Here we go. We are talking super, super deluxe chicken, pineapple, grilled onions, teriyaki sandwich. I actually am not going to be able to take a bite of this. It is too hot. But take my word for it. This is going to be amazing. So again, you can go bunless, you can go gluten-free buns, you can go keto buns, you can go lettuce wrap, you can make a salad out of all these ingredients. They're all amazing. So take a shot at this recipe. Again, just chicken cutlets, very easy, already done at the store. Sliced pineapple, already done at the store. I just got your basic hamburger, lettuce, onions, tomato combo, all at the store. Just grab. We're ready to go inside of 15 minutes. Because I was chit-chatting, it took longer than 15 minutes, but you can make your whole family meal in anybody's flavor, anybody's variation, less than 15 minutes, economical, super tasty, super easy. So again, we love our flat top here. We do everything out here. Just like that in the air fryer. So look at that sandwich. Oh, I cannot wait. That is looking so good. Okay, so I want you to try this sandwich. Leave me a comment, shoot me an email. Let me know what your ingredients are, how you like the sandwich. Maybe we'll put yours on the next show. But until then, always falling off. Until then, thank you for watching. Make your life empowered. Keep living empowered.